Good choice. That's a jam.
We talked about him last week.
We did. That's right. With the passing of the gentleman, I believe, who wrote many of their
wrote
hits.
the song.
Yes.
That's what it was. Oh, God, you're so good. I couldn't remember why we talked about him. I just remember we did talk about him.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, it's very fascinating because back then, I mean, there were like writing teams. I mean, they still have them now, but writing teams and all that, you know. But
yeah.
The Supremes, man, they were classic. One of my favorite
great
songs.
tunes.
Yeah.
Great voice.
Yeah, Diana Ross, I believe. Michael Jackson always wanted to be Diana Ross. He was obsessed with her.
Oh, that was like who he tried to look like, right?
Allegedly, I wouldn't go that far. I don't know much about it, but I know that Michael had a particular obsession with Diana Ross, definitely. And
ain't mad at him, man. She was beautiful.
Possible,
beautiful
maybe
voice.
there was some weird kind of connection between them. When he was a young guy and she was an adult lady.
Maybe the CIA used her music.
Oh,
to,
catch up on the wall. Catch up on the wall. Catch up on.
Can't hurry love.
Can't hurry love. And then Kennedy was assassinated. Oswald, get out of here!
Well, actually, he only did that because Michael molested him as a kid.
Oh, wow.
That timeline doesn't add up.
No. We're all over the place on this one. Nobody followed this. Delete. Edit team, you know where to start from? Perfect.
Did we just look bad in front of Chris Wilson? God damn it.
He's disappointed in us, definitely, but don't worry, we're on to all.
We swear we don't have a time machine. Don't come storm our way.
But we'd love to see it.
Yeah, we'd love to see yours, CIA. Yeah.
They definitely got it, Mike, I'm sure. But,
what do you... Well... Okay, so you think if they got it right now...
You talking time machine? Are we going time machine time? This
time
is
machine,
why we haven't done a full Sunday show. This is
hour.
all right. Here we go. And this is how we end up on Time Machine. Yeah, I'm ready. Time Machine.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? Yeah? Yeah, I do think the CIA has some sort of technology with that.
No, I don't think... my question is, who do you think would have it? Do you think it would just be like an agency we never heard of? There's got to be agencies we never heard of, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And those are the ones that work with like Raytheon, Lockheed Martin.
Yeah, I would. I would absolutely think it would have something to do with our space technology programs. Or
I think they're definitely like under the Department of Energy. They're in that like black budget.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's where I believe it's at, and I mean, look, do
you think though that we would share it with allies? Because that was my whole thing, like with like the particle collider,
right?
And all that, I was like, no, there's no way we would share that. There's no way we would build it over there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe there are some things that are just so massive that are... So I actually believe that a lot of the divides that are created, let's say racial divides, right, sure, class divides, yeah, even country divides, national divides, religious divides, maybe all of those are just constructs created for the sole purpose of keeping us separated and divided, so that way we don't realize that there is a more unified experience we could be a part of that is greater than Earth itself. And if I had this knowledge, right? Like if like a whole group of elites have this knowledge, why would they pass it on to the rest of us? They would, in essence, enslave us to the idea of these divisions constantly bickering and fighting when they themselves can enjoy the spoils, if you will, of this elite echelon upper echelon of lifestyle. And so I don't know. That's why, me, I'm a big fan of the idea that we have, moon bases that are shared with the Nazis and the Russians, and we have fucking shit going on Mars, and I think Elon knows all about it, and I think Elon's just playing the public, for fools, because we are, and, Elon tweets something, and Dogecoin goes up, and everyone jizzes their pants, and then, it's just, it doesn't make sense what's going on here in the world and in the news cycles and the information cycles. I feel like people are being twisted and pulled and demented in so many different ways. So that way they don't have time really to just kind of be at peace with their own minds. I come across people who are like so distraught over climate change, like some existential threat that they have no control over that will kill some future generation they will never even meet. How could you live your life being distraught over something like that? That's insanity.
Yeah, that really is, yeah.
Oh, you're going to drive yourself mad, man. So I don't know how people go through that. And when I think about just regular folk going through that mentality on a day-to-day basis, or what about people... Think about the guys who went and got vasectomies because they overturned Roe v. Wade. Or think about,
the women getting their tubes tied.
Yes, or people deciding not to have kids because it's safer for the environment. Like, these people are brainwashed and they're having serious mental issues going that are manifesting in real life, and that's a problem. We should have people meditating and taking it easy.
Right.
We have too many people getting vasectomies and freaking out on Twitter. We've gone the opposite direction of what a whole society should be doing.
No, for sure.
It's weird. And what kind of opened my eyes a little bit to it was this. There's a battle against religion and prayer and stuff like that, and whatever you want to, how you want to look at prayer or meditation or whatever it is. You talk to anyone who's elderly, they always tell you, discover some form of prayer or meditation, find a way to speak to the universe or God or whatever you think it is in your mind. You'll find peace. You'll find more peace through that than you will hanging out on Twitter all times a day and arguing with people over politics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Your life will be more fulfilled. You will find meaning if you discover some avenue, through speaking to the universe or God or whatever it is. And I really believe all the shit going on and the outrage you see from people on the left and the rage and the fear and the rage, fear, back and forth. Dude, this is on purpose. This is to keep people completely distracted, completely consumed. So that way they never have time to fucking actually just relax.
Yeah, to get their thoughts together.
Just hang out and relax. Think about how, Mike, you work a job where you're on the road. You actually have time to just think about your thoughts.
No, my problem is I spend too much time alone.
Yeah, well, then, folks,
just thinking about my.
You
thoughts.
Go the other way. You think too much. You become insane. You become a Mike. You turn into Mike. That's a raving lunatic. So there's a middle ground, guys. Come on, find the middle ground.
Nobody in my family will talk to me unless it's through a microphone. That's what 9 hours a day alone in your mind does.
Yeah, and then 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day in traffic in Chicago, you go a little berserker, dude.
Oh, God. No, nothing worse than battling traffic all day. Then you come home and you can't even get onto your street.
Yeah. Well,
you want to know why? Fucking Uke Fest is going on.
Uke Fest?
Uke Fest.
Is this the Serbians again, or are
this
we?
Is Ukrainian
Oh,
Fest.
Ukrainians!
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, Mike. Yes, and
at the Ukrainian church,
enlighten
they were
me.
sending all the fucking money to Ukraine for the fucking war effort.
Of course,
or
yes.
whatever. Really, yeah. Fuck these people, dude. They're the rudest pumpkin head looking man.
Well, I imagine they had a giant screen up in the parking lot, right by the church, and
the pandemic has put on hold lives of millions of people around the world. That has
Zelensky,
we, Ukraine,
get out of here! Get out of here, Zelensky!
Dude, I don't know if anybody heard it, but as I was because I was trying to leave, I couldn't park on my street. I ended up having to park in the alley. And then these fucking assholes started parking. Dude, they're so fucking stupid. The tow companies were so far behind. It was an hour wait to get a tow truck. And then some companies stopped taking cars because their lots were full.
Wow.
It's $375 every car. You know the pizza place behind me?
Yes, I do, yeah.
So people were parking in that parking lot, and the tow trucks were just towing them out. You're not allowed to park there for the church, right?
Yeah.
Because this whole fest was taking place at the church. It's a Ukrainian church. And then in the alley, that's where the delivery drivers were parking because they couldn't park the parking lot was full.
Mm-hmm.
These guys, one guy said every time he left for a delivery, he would come back and somebody was in his spot.
Wow.
And so he would have to wait for the tow truck. But it was just nonstop. And all of them had the stupid flag.
Of course.
I fucking hate them. Not gonna lie, as I was I was stuck in my neighborhood, just trying to get the fuck out. Couldn't get out.
Of course.
Because they're all so stupid. They're all ignorant. They all want to get ahead, but then that causes everybody to it causes gridlock, right?
Yeah.
And so I just started blasting the Russian national anthem.
Oh my god. And Podbean has cut us out, folks. Thank you.
Fuck him. I hope everybody fucking heard it. I fucking stand with Putin. I wish he would have fucking...
Wow.
If I had Putin's email address...
Folks, we are Polish, by the way. We are Polish. Let me throw that there. Yeah. Polish.
Which means we have 4 more brain cells than the Ukrainians, who are a few short of a dozen.
I have an update. Did I update you on the flag next door with the Ukraine?
Oh, no.
They have the new one, I told you, and I didn't. I was talking to Emma about it. We were just enjoying it for my humor and amusement, and it's draped over the balcony like I described to you. And the banner. It's the flag. And I didn't realize it, but it says peace, not war. Dude.
No.
And what was funny was I was describing to Emma how every time I do my Zelensky impression, I just say peace over and over and go, we need peace. In Ukraine, it's just a peace. You, America, you have peace. Ukraine, we know, no peace. Send money for peace.
That's just always peace and money.
We need 750 billion for peace.
That's the best part. He doesn't speak English, right? We need money, peace. More peace. More peace. How much money do you need, Zelensky? We're going to need about $750 billion. Yo, what happened to the We figure somewhere between $700 and $800 billion. Should be perfect. Anytime would be great. Because we need
peace. So their flag has peace on it. I was like, oh my god, it literally says peace. Peace and not war. Down the street, remember the Canadians? I told you they got the Canada flag, and then they have the Ukraine flag.
Wait till you see the next flag. It's gonna say, after they beat the Russians, it's gonna say, "Found peace. Now no Jews." These fucking assholes are Nazis. We supported the fucking Nazis, man.
The next flag is gonna say "Hunter, not war." That's what. Yeah, I got you there.
Oh my god!
That's right.
Somebody called this guy.
In Ukraine, we have no Hunter. You have Hunter. You give us money for Hunter. We have laptop. You give money. Hunter, money. Laptop, Ukraine. Laptop, money, Hunter. Money, Hunter.
How embarrassed is he going to be when he finds out we already have 2 laptops? Hey, guess what? I found this laptop. Some very bad photos. You don't want anybody to see this. We already got 2.
Glastonbury Festival next year on the screen. Hunter.
It's gonna be his dick.
Zelensky, yeah. First it'll be a flash of Hunter and his dick, and then it'll be Zelensky, and he'll say, "In Ukraine, we have laptop of Hunter. You send money for peace for you. We have peace. We have laptop. We have Hunter. You send money. You get peace.
You give me.
We're fucked. I don't know if anyone knows this, but we're so screwed. Our president is compromised, and it's just a joke. It's a joke with everybody."
Yeah, I don't think he even has to say anything, dude. The next whatever festival, it's just gonna be a picture of him holding the receipt.
Yes.
Of all the money he gave to Hunter and the big guy.
It's actually going to be the receipt of the crack, and it'll say 27 grams on it, and they'll all be laughing.
20.07.
Yeah. We have other gram. Ha, ha, ha.
We keep as joke. We don't even need. And he throws it on the ground, stomps it. Just fuck you, Biden.
He actually he pees on it and he goes, "There, pee tape." Stupid Americans. It's unbelievable. This shit is unbelievable.
That's so good, man.
It's amazing that we raided Mar-a-Lago, which is, but nothing with Hunter. Hunter is just, you see him, he was boarding
Frank,
Air Force One.
Okay, hold that, stop. I gotta put an end to this. Everybody keeps saying that we didn't raid anybody because of Hunter or the Bidens. They raided Project Veritas to get his daughter's diary, okay? Come on! Don't worry. They raided everybody. It wasn't just Trump.
Oh, man.
Think about how that got... Do you know what oh my god, it's so bad I forgot about it again. I was just about to bring it up. The raid happened the day the FBI was supposed to release to Congress the contents of Hunter Biden's laptop.
Oh, wow.
And it actually ended up not happening. They missed the deadline.
Oh, oops.
And then that day they raided the former president of the United States, something that they never did before.
Wow.
Think about that, man. What's on that laptop?
Well, we know what's on it. It's dongs, crack cocaine, and underage prostitutes, Mike. Come on. And probably Molly Obama. We know that for sure.
At this point, I'm guessing there's a video of a Russian hooker spy while she's sucking his dick.
Yes.
His dad walks in the room.
Excellent.
He reaches into a briefcase
full
of money.
Yes.
That's labeled with a Ukrainian flag.
Yes. Yes.
And in the video, he just throws him the wad of money.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
And on the wad of money, it says the big guy. Hey-o.
For peace. No, he's actually wearing a name tag that just says the big guy. Hello,
right.
My name is the big guy.
You basically described a porn, in my opinion, and I would see Biden showing up as the pizza guy, and the company name is called Big Guy Pizza, right? And there's one slice missing of the 10 slices.
Oh, that is...
One slice of the 10 slices is missing, right? 10% for the big guy. He ate the slice. Come on, folks.
A little sauce on his mouth.
That's right. I'm writing it all here. Guys, this is prime time here.
The best part is you have him walk in with the bike helmet and the bike gloves.
Oh, yeah, and he just fell off the bike. Oh, genius. Genius.
Because he could be telling, hey, they bought that shit. They think I'm senile. Where's my 10%?
I'm the big guy. And then they turn on the TV in the corner, and it's just...
The pandemic has put a whole
Oh, get out of here!
of here!
Zelensky! It's the worst porn I've ever seen.
Yeah. That's terrible. That's where our country's a joke right now.
Yeah, that's what's so sad about it. You know what's funny is 4 years of everyone trying to say Don Jr. was this and Eric was that. Nothing even close to this. But here we are, like, totally...
And you literally raided their home to avoid talking about the new president's son.
Hunter's a disgusting human. All jokes aside, he really disgusts me as a human being.
The whole family's disgusting. The apple didn't fall too far from that tree.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yes, 100%.
They're all disgusting.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay with it, only because, Mike, listen to mainstream media. Come on, you know I love it. And they're telling us how it is, Mike. And Biden, dude, he's coming back, baby.
So, Joe, this also is coming on the heels where after this victory with this bill passing here, we're hearing that Joe Biden might again run in 2024 after the midterms look to be getting a little tighter. Even though we'll probably see the House flip, the Democrats are gaining a little bit more steam. How much truth do we put into this right now?
It's difficult to answer that. To fast forward 2 years in politics is pretty difficult, especially when you're talking about a man who's walking up on,
Walking
his
up?
80s
He
here.
can't-
Look,
He just walked up anything. He fell up those stairs.
He can't even put his jacket on, dude.
It's a prank. That was a stiff breeze. Come on. To be fair, he went up against a very young breeze.
That's whippersnapper. That corn pop got him.
You know what they say? The old saying of a butterfly flap its wings? If corn pop farts in 1942, in 2022, it traveled around the world enough times and gained speed to blow off his jacket.
Wow. This has something to do with Ashton Kutcher. I'm not sure what, but I'm very excited we went down that route. Excellent. Yes, I'm there, dude. I'm there.
Bloomberg,
It's a corn pop butterfly fart joke, you know?
It's the best type of fart joke, in my opinion. It involved time travel, butterfly effect, multi-dimensional aspects. I'm really all into it.
And 0 lesbians. That was the best part.
Yes, thank you. No
Marvel
lesbian.
hit me up.
That's right. Doctor Strange, you need some help here.
Jujumbager, whatever your last name is.
We did your...
Yeah. What's that fucking faggot name?
Cumberbatch.
Cumberbatch.
You can never...
Yeah, you can tell I don't respect him. I don't even remember your name.
Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
Report. That
We're
is the
going
actual
in.
messaging that's coming from the Biden camp. But what else is he going to say right now? Joe Biden cannot say that he's not going to run, or he'll sink the second half of his first term, if it is a first term. We'll have to wait and see what happens, I think, as we go forward on this. But they are going to take the steps, actually go through the motions to prepare a campaign. Whether they actually announce one is a different matter.
Joe, but is this a signal as well that the Democrats are becoming increasingly optimistic around what can be achieved in the midterms?
Look, they are more optimistic than they were a couple of months ago. I mean, look at the list of accomplishments that they've managed over the last month or so here in Washington between Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and Joe Biden. It's not only this reconciliation bill that's been 18 months in the waiting, as I mentioned. It was the PACT Act, the burn pits legislation. It was the gun legislation that people said would never be possible. The infrastructure bill. They want to get these stories out there. And there are reports now in Washington that the president could do a national tour, like a whistle-stop style tour. It'd be very Joe Biden to put him on a train around the country to let people know in September and October what has been accomplished. Remember, the one thing Joe Biden learned during Obamacare when he was the vice president is that taking the victory lap, actually selling people on what has been accomplished, was a failure in the administration. At this point, people still don't always understand how the Affordable Care Act works. They don't want to repeat that mistake. They want people to understand what's been done on their behalf. And then then they can figure out if that's worth making a decision at the ballot box.
Also, Joe on a train. I mean, I feel like his staff always thinks that's going to look good. Joe, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Bloomberg's Joe Matthew joining us there.
Joe on a train.
That's insane.
It looks good, Mike. No,
Yeah, dude,
remember the No Malarkey Express? That's what they're trying to bring back.
Dude, nobody. Yeah, you know the whole the burn pit thing.
Yeah.
That's why it's not really. I don't know.
I don't
Remember
think
what I even told you about? I talked about it in the episode where they were like, when we talked about the bill, was like, it's not really a winning thing when you do this shit for veterans. It's very good, and I'm happy these guys will get their shit. But one, it's never gonna be really what they deserve, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's still gonna be guys who like don't meet qualifications, and you know what I mean? Because you have to draw the line somewhere, and it's just gonna be. It's never really a winning topic when you use veterans as pawns like that.
I agree. Yeah.
And this is what they're learning is that right when they said it, I haven't even thought about it. You know what I mean? Like that wasn't a winning thing. It's good, but it's not. I don't know.
Yeah, Joe Biden is nothing, man. He's got nothing. He's toast.
You need to stop thinking that veterans are just like this easy, you know.
Don't you think?
I'm going to give these burn pig victims, and now I'm going to get every veteran.
Yes, thank you.
know,
I feel like it's just a desperate ploy. It sounds very sad. It's pathetic.
It sure is, dude. And you know what veterans very much align with? Patriots.
You're right.
You know, the flag and America.
You're right.
And this being the greatest country in the world.
Yes. So
Nothing turns off veterans more than the idea of this being a terrible racist country.
well, then who would be the best bet for Democrats to run in 2024 if not Joe Biden, man?
Yeah, that's probably. I mean, it's great you guys passed this bill, but you're trying to win over veterans. Which side has more veterans?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yes,
Look at the
right.
House. Look at the Senate. You know? I mean, you guys got Tammy Duckworth. Great, but, you know.
Well, Mike, we've been debating this for a while now, several months, but I think we have found the answer, and I think you were right. I think
Right.
That's right, baby. Hey now.
Even when I'm wrong, it's just because I'm leading you to the right answer. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. There you go. Well, Mike, I think I know who they're actually going to run. I think Joe's going to duck out. Joe's toast. He's animatronic. He's barely alive. I don't think that's really him, but...
Frank, you have to raid your opponents just to not get you kicked out. There's no way we can run you again.
Do you know who's going to run 2024? Here it is. Give it to me.
Pritzker.
Bay Area native Vice President Kamala Harris returned to Oakland this afternoon to talk about the commercial space industry, and she was joined by Governor Gavin Newsom. And even though the presidential election is still a couple of years away, political experts say Newsom and Harris are strong future presidential candidates.
Hey-o!
Don Lynn has that story.
Please welcome Vice President Kamala Harris.
The vice president came to the Bay Area to push for new rules on regulating the new frontier and the commercial space industry. But her first remark was about how the Biden administration is working to tackle inflation back on Earth, specifically what they're doing to improve the lives of everyday Americans.
Today, the House of Representatives will vote on the
I love
Inflation
how this
Reduction
news is
Act.
not
I believe
biased
they
at all.
have.
Vice President Kamala
Not at all,
Harris
Mike.
reminded voters of the Biden administration's new achievements.
Soon, we will cap the cost of insulin for seniors to just $35.
You're supposed to be the news, right?
Yeah, dude.
President Harris just came here to come about her accomplishments. One of which is just happens to better the lives of every American in this country. Whoa!
All right.
Can you get your nose out of her ass long enough to just fucking report the news? Like, what is going on, man?
Mike, sticking Kamala's ass into people's noses is what got her into the VP in the first place, sir. So watch your mouth.
See, I said I'm never wrong, and Frank proved me wrong in 3 minutes. Touche, Frank. And you know how I hate the French, so it stings me to say that.
Au revoir, mon frere, and here we go with the clip, sir.
A month, which is a huge step toward making life
Hold on, dude. We just used three French words. I think we're now officially gay. I think that's how it works, right? We're at least non-binary. Is that the definition?
Mike, I support all of our LGB brothers and sisters out there.
But we're now in the LGBT. We use too many French words. We're now officially in there. That's how it works.
We're in the TIAQ plus 3000.
I don't know how it happened, but the minute you said the third French word, my pants got tighter.
Oh, yes. I also had testicular shrinkage at the same time. It's okay.
Oh, I can't even find them.
It's
universal. That's how I know I'm French.
You're officially tucked now, I think, if I know anything from RuPaul's drag queen show. That's the magic of tucking. You say 4 French words, and it all just tucks in there.
Disappears. Gotcha.
And we are officially banned from YouTube. Hey, yes, sir.
This one's not making it. Yeah, too many. I knew I was a hit beer 6.
Take us home, clip.
Many people. We will reduce health insurance costs for 13 million Americans by an average of $800 a year.
Harris continues to show support for President Joe Biden and his plan to seek a second term. Governor Gavin Newsom, who spoke at the event, has said he has no White House ambitions and believes Biden should run for re-election. But political experts say you're looking at 2 likely future presidential candidates. They believe the 2 powerhouses would jump into the race if Biden decides not to run in 2024, given his age.
Both of them are viable. And then the thing that I would say that Vice President Harris has over Governor Newsom is that she's Vice President Harris. She is 1 seat removed from the presidency if anything should happen, for example.
Political expert and retired SF State professor Joe Tumet says it would not be awkward.
As long as the rhetoric is toned down, as long as the discussion is collegial and friendly, you can have a friendly disagreement with somebody. And it used to be the case that people who were running for president against each other were friends.
Professor Tuman reminds people President Biden is only 2 years into his first term, and his approval ratings are slowly climbing back up. He believes Biden would have a strong case if he wants to seek a second term. In Oakland, I'm Dahlin, KPIX5.
Yeah, you know this guy? I clipped him a few weeks ago when we talked about the monkeypox spreading through the Kink Fest.
Oh, yeah.
That's our guy.
Yeah. Dude, that's so funny how, now, remember Trump? When he was at 40%, worst president in the world.
That's right.
40% was garbage. You should probably resign at this point.
Exactly.
Biden hits 40%. Hey, dude, his numbers are climbing. Numbers are climbing. He might have the steam to run again. What the
That's
fuck,
right.
man? Yeah, dude.
Come on, weird, right? I think it's pretty bizarre that Kamala's going out there doing this whole thing. You and I talked about it. It was about 2 months ago. Gavin went out to the White House. They made a big public announcement. It was a huge deal. Remember that? And
See, I don't see this as a run. I really do see this as they're going to take Biden out. They're going to put her in.
They're taking him out, yeah.
And he's going to be the VP.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree.
No,
I think that's what...
This has nothing to do with a 2024 run. This has everything to do with they're about to...
Well, it positions the run.
They want to be... Dude, the Republicans beat them when it comes to everything racial, right?
Yeah, you're right.
They got the first black president. Now they want the first black female president.
Yes, they do. Yeah. What I'm finding weird about this, and what I'd like about your call earlier, months ago, maybe even I could say January, we were talking about this. It's going to be a battle of the governors in 2024.
Yeah.
The Democrats, I think, are very unsure of their COVID response now. I don't think it's as popular. We played a clip earlier of Fauci getting booed. COVID's a dud now. In fact, I think COVID is very not good. It's like a massive negative now for Democrats.
Oh, I think people are upset that you lied to them about how the vaccine works.
Yes. And the fact that lockdowns didn't work and were detrimental to children and their development.
Yeah, nothing worked.
Yeah.
Nothing you did worked. As a matter of fact, everything you did was pretty much what they did in the Spanish flu of 1919.
Yeah. So they're in some trouble, man. And I think Republicans are lucky that they had DeSantis. He was the one and only, in my opinion, that held his ground. And, I'm interested in what's going on here because the battle of the governors, for some reason, Democrats, maybe because they are blinded by where they are in the DC bubble, and they just think everybody else agrees with them. Blue no matter who, right?
Oh, yeah, dude, because they think everybody's happy that gas is $4.
Well, I wonder if...
Nobody's happy
Mike,
that gas
again,
is $4.
I'm coming back to COVID. Dude, I think everything comes back to COVID and COVID lockdowns, and Gavin Newsom, in my mind, is the opposite of DeSantis. Why on earth would you want to run the opposite of DeSantis unless you think that that's a good play, or that you believe, like, Gavin Newsom is the opposite of DeSantis, and that's, a pedestal, like we want to run on that. That's bizarre. That's actually that means that they're delusional.
Yeah, that means you're spending all your time at the French Laundry.
Yes.
And everybody at the French Laundry believes that's a good idea.
They believe Gavin Newsom's a hero.
Right? Yeah.
They think Gavin Newsom's a hero for his COVID measures, and the rest of America thinks he's a fucking dictator.
Yeah. Which he is. He's a Justin Trudeau.
He's a wannabe dictator, sorry.
Dude, he's Justin Trudeau, dude. I'm telling you. They're like two peas in a pod.
Absolutely. And I don't think they realize Americans see him that way. It's pretty shocking.
They do. That's why I'm telling you, dude. Pritzker's going to be the 2024 candidate.
I disagreed with you for a long time, and I was very not on board with you. Honestly, we've debated this back and forth many a times. And we are on the, they need to run a governor because they have to out-governor DeSantis, right? And Mike, I did disagree with you for a long time, but you know what? I want to tell you this. For the first time in a long time, I'm actually impressed from a clip of a politician and what I'm hearing. And do you know who it is?
Who?
Pritzker.
Oh.
New at 11, Illinois Governor JB Pritzker announcing more than $34 billion in transportation investment over the next 6 years.
Rebuild Illinois is also a vehicle for prosperity for our workers and our families. We've created and supported hundreds of thousands of jobs in every part of our state because this isn't just an infrastructure plan, it's also an economic plan.
This morning, the governor was joined by the Illinois Department of Transportation leaders in Springfield. The rebuild plan gives money toward highway reconstruction and bridge improvements, along with safety and system modernizations. Also, $10 billion alone will go toward the rail and transit systems, including airports and ports.
Wow. So you know what I heard right there? Did you know $10 billion wasn't going to Ukraine? Did you hear $10 billion wasn't going to Ukraine? No, what was $10 billion going there towards, Mike? Oh, roads and bridges? Oh my God!
Airports. That's like a big.
Are you kidding me though? I can't remember the last time I typed in a politician's name. Okay, so I went through the Biden 2024, and then I saw the Harris and Newsom, and I thought, okay, for sure. And because you love Pritzker, I typed into YouTube just Pritzker. Give me some Pritzker news, baby. And this was most recent. This was like 2 days ago, 1 day ago. This news came out. Wow.
But yeah,
he's Mike, you're right. No, that he's playing the game the right way. Okay.
Yes.
Look, he's putting his money where his mouth is. Finally, a politician seriously, I wish Jared Polis out here in Colorado would come out here and say, instead of putting billions of dollars towards transgender rights education in all the schools, I wish he'd come out and say, hey, we're going to fix the roads and improve our highways so that way the traffic moves smoother. Wow.
Yeah.
I'd love to vote for you again, man. I was very impressed by this. Honestly.
Yeah, don't get too impressed, but
no. But my point is, this is a politician listening to what the people need, and we.
Yeah.
If you're pandering, then fine, pander. But at least he signed a fucking bill and put some money into it. Fine. But
what he didn't talk about in that video is, or what he didn't talk about is what he wants to do with the police.
Oh, they're all transgender now, isn't it? Is that what's going on?
No, but I mean, yeah. He's playing the game.
Look, I just think from a language perspective, from a political perspective, from a voter's perspective, I would rather my politician come out there and sign some bills that say, hey, look, I just allocated billions of dollars to just fix the fucking potholes. Oh, what? You got me. I'm listening. I'm listening.
He's a very left Republican, right? Democrat, right?
Right.
He's really a Democrat. He's running a Democrat. He's trying to win Chicago. You're right. Do you know what he didn't mention there? Climate change.
Yeah.
He didn't mention climate change. You're right. He didn't mention anything about gender studies.
This is my road.
He didn't equity.
I was about to say, this is our road equity bill that we're signing in, and we're going to make sure that all transgendered black people have a safe way to drive on the highway.
On there.
Okay, great, thanks. Well, can you fix some potholes then on the other side of the highway? Is that possible?
Yeah, right.
I'm so. You understand? Here in Denver, that's what we're dealing with over here. It's like
that's because he's in an election year, so he wasn't this. I'm serious. He wasn't this guy before, but now he's. I think they noticed that their narrative. He did take a turn after COVID because he was really hard on COVID.
I agree, and I'm telling you, I think it's
he just kind of followed the party line. You know,
they had to,
and that's what, dude. Yeah, but I don't know. I hate him personally, but I think he would. So he came to Illinois. You know what he did? He said, "You guys need more money. We're going to legalize weed," and he got a lot of money, and that's what he's using. You know, now he's fixing the roads. Not a bad idea. I don't agree with the 40% tax on marijuana. I think that's a little insane. But
look, I'm not a fan of Pritzker. I never was, and you've touted him as a potential
that
they're going to try and run him, and I was intrigued, and I've been watching a little bit of what he's up to, and this is, in my opinion, a great move, a phenomenal political move.
It's a non-political. It's totally a bipartisan, and who can disagree?
I think from a political standpoint for him, it's a great move. I loved it. I was like, wow.
Plus, you notice how he's focusing on transportation?
Dude, Mike, what's my hang-up with all politicians? You stop signing the trans equity bills and fucking fix the roads, man.
More important than that, right? What's he focusing on is transportation, right? This is why he's going to be the candidate, dude. He doesn't even worry about Newsom. He's not worried about Kamala. He's trying to prove transportation, which means he thinks Buttigieg is going to be his biggest competition.
Whoa! Wow!
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing 4D chess.
Dude, I'm
Mike,
telling you,
that's
why
blew
he's
my
going
mind.
to be. So if you really look at what Pritzker
Whoa.
does, that's why, man. I'm telling you, he's going to beat these guys. You know, Newsom he thinks he's going to win because he's like that. He's like the kid born to the royal family. He thinks it's a birthright.
Newsom,
you know,
he's trash. Newsom's Lord
he's
Farquaad.
Never gonna win.
He literally
he's never gonna. Yeah, dude, exactly. He's never gonna win. You know.
Yeah, he's never gonna win.
And Pritzker's really, and your guy Polis is the other one who I really think. I think the only one who might have a chance is Polis, but not really. Because he doesn't have name recognition nationwide. Pritzker's building names around the world.
Polis is no good. I don't think Polis wins this election governor here. I think he's out.
Yeah, I don't either.
He's trash.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens.
He's not trash.
Wrong. We are just two idiots.
I know everything, and I'm predicting the future. Hear me out. I've predicted a lot of future here on this podcast, so don't poo-poo what we are throwing at you, Mike.
I think it's gonna be. I don't know who his running mate would be. I don't know. Maybe a Pritzker or Buttigieg wouldn't be bad.
That's terrible, man. This is such fantasy bullshit stuff. That's what I find so funny about it. But
he's gonna end up swooping up one of them.
Whatever. The problem with what's going on right now, in my personal opinion, on a local level, is when I read the local politicians, even Polis, Hancock, whatever they're saying around here in Denver and in Colorado, they're so disconnected, man. The politicians, they live in their own bullshit little environment and world. They think they're heroes, and they're not. And they're...
Frank, I never had to know anything Liz Cheney said, right? Or did.
Yeah.
What got me was when you played me the clip of all those people from her state.
Right.
She doesn't sound like them.
Yes.
You know, Lindsey Graham gets made fun of all the time, but I swear to God, at least he sounds like the people he represents. The people that represent us don't even talk the same way we talk. You are not one of us. How can you represent us?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Ilhan Omar, do you really look like us? You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get into this whole thing.
I will predict here right now, she's going to lose her election. It's coming up. It's going to be crazy. She's going to lose. I'm telling you.
You just don't represent us. And it goes the other way, too. Like, you just said it earlier about we were making fun of the machine at Yale, in the basement of Yale. Nobody looks like Matt Gaetz or Eric Swalwell, except you fucking politicians.
You weirdos.
You know what I mean? Like, no normal people look like you people or sound like you people. You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
When I have conversations with people, I don't think I've ever had a conversation with a normal, regular person, and they said they wanted abortion to be legal up until the point of birth, or they don't want abortion to be legal at all. You know what I mean? Everybody's somewhere in the middle.
I'll be honest, I don't talk about abortion with anyone, and I never really have, except for personally within my own relationships with.
Well, that's because you don't have to walk into these liberal homes.
But
liberals in Chicago assume you're a liberal, so they have CNN or MSNBC, well, mostly MSNBC on the TV, and they'll just be like, "You see this shit." You know?
I'm enraged. I have so much rage.
They're about to lock Trump up, and you have to sit there while you're unclogging their toilet.
You're like, okay, Rob Reiner, take it easy. And I know you took a huge shit. Well, I'm here to unclog it. All right.
I saw Rob's Twitter too. You know, if you stopped listening to his fucking diet advice, I wouldn't be here.
Man, you know? Rob Reiner is obsessed with Trump. It's unbelievable.
It's not just, dude. No, it's all, dude. That's what we talked about. We're like, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable that Donald Trump was a Republican president, and he hasn't been in office in over 18 months. I still cannot listen to left-wing podcasts that I used to listen to because all they talk about is Trump.
Yeah,
the right-wing people do not talk about him.
Did you hear about Stephen King?
No.
He has several novels, apparently, that he's written over the past several years where he talks about Trump. Like, he has characters in his novels who are obsessed with Trump.
What?
That's how obsessed with Trump Stephen King is.
Stephen King is?
He's writing characters that are obsessed with Trump. He's obsessed with Trump. They're obsessed.
Aren't you a writer, dude? Just go write.
Dude, Rob Reiner, I guarantee you, Rob Reiner's next movie is going to have some element of Trump involved with it. It's going to be hilarious. Think about, like, that movie that everyone loved, the Don't Look Up movie. Don't Look Up, right? Yeah. The whole joke about it was the woman who played the president was Meryl Streep, right? Wasn't it?
She was supposed to be Trump.
But it was a joke because it's a woman. And then it's like all this stuff, like as if, dude, first of all, Trump loves women, man. Is there any president that we could think of in the modern era who loves women more than Trump, dude? The guy, like, He's had 3 wives, dude, and you know what I mean. Like
he fucks them, he hires them, he marries them, he does whatever you can NDAs, to do with them.
Like, this guy loves women, dude. Are you kidding me?
Women.
Like, so this whole thing that he hates women, like, I never understood.
Every president had a right hand man. He's the only one. It was his daughter.
Wow. Oh wow!
Right?
You just fucking blew my mind with that one.
Joe Biden, the smartest man he ever knew, was his crackhead son.
Well, it's got a 9-inch dong, dude. Come on, dude. How do you not trust that thing?
I always say I only trust a man as far as I can throw him. And Hunter's about 9 inches. You know what I mean? He's the smartest man he knows. In the meantime, Donald Trump, he brought in his daughter, who was really, I believe she really, like...
You've always been...
She was probably the best part of his presidency.
Ivanka is... Ivana? No, Ivanka.
Ivanka.
Is his consigliere.
Now you confuse me.
His consigliere. She's...
Oh, yeah. She whispered in the ear.
In the ear, yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I actually find that funny about Trump. He always surrounded himself with beautiful women and dated...
He put Amy Coney Barrett on the Supreme Court.
Yeah, well, I could call. That's so funny.
Who not only was a female, but has adopted black kids.
Wow. Yeah, well, they don't want you to know about that, Mike. Honestly.
That's what made her racist.
That's right.
She only adopted the black kids to abolish herself of the white kilt, so it was a selfish act. That real selfish act of taking in these poor kids that didn't have parents and raising them as your own. So selfish. Disgusting.
Trump, I'm really actually fascinated now by the idea that he was surrounded by women.
Frank, we always talk about the left is projection, right?
Yes.
So when they talk about how Trump hates women and he's an abuser of women and all that,
right.
That's how you know he's better to women than they've ever been.
Right.
We all watched him on The Apprentice. Was he harder on the men or the women? No. You know what? The one thing you could give him is he was equal to everybody.
Who did he love? Or who was honestly, Omarosa? Remember Omarosa?
Well, that's why I think people I think that's one of the good things about him is that he treated he wasn't racist, he wasn't this, he wasn't that. But if you're a black piece of shit, he's going to call you a piece of shit. If you're a white piece of shit, he's going to call you a piece of shit. If you're a man who sucks at his job, he's going to tell you. And if you're a woman who sucks, he's going to tell you.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll never know Trump as a normal man or what he was like,
No, I think that's the best part about him is I think you do know him. I think what you see is what you get.
Ooh, you're right.
And I think that's what kills the other politicians the most about him. It's
right.
almost like, why do you get to get away with it?
Good call. Yeah. That's interesting, actually.
And you're almost kind of seeing it now with during this whole when the Democrats run Nancy Pelosi openly saying we should be allowed to trade stocks. She's almost trying to they're almost trying to do it too. It's kind of
They want it both ways. They want to be sleazy.
Poor Trump.
Not poor Trump. Trump's fine. Trump's lived a great life. And if there's anyone, Mike, that's famous that right now we should be really feeling bad for, you know who it is, Chub Boy.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
An FBI survey concluded that Alec Baldwin supported the spinning of the pistol that Helena Hutchins, the director of photography, was accidentally shot on the set of the film Rust in Santa Fe, in New Mexico, in October 2021, and the FBI now concluded that Baldwin, 64, had to shoot the pistol on the set from the film. The pistol was supposed to have been loaded with silent balls, and Baldwin has already denied having pressed the relaxation. However, the report, which was seen by ABC News, determined that the pistol could not have been drawn unless the trigger was supported. Investigators tested the pistol in various ways to see if they could shoot the weapon without using the trigger. But ultimately, they concluded that it was simply not possible. Baldwin addressed the incident during a television interview last year when he said he did not press the trigger.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which we heard at the beginning. I cut it from a different clip. For
Are you telling me you have to press the trigger to fire a gun?
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
Hey, Alec, I'm pretty sure to fire a gun you have to pull the trigger.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
But the gun fired, so who pulled the trigger?
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
Okay. All right. Dude, you know why this is so funny? I know you listen to Reasonable Doubt. With Adam Carolla and Mark Garagos.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you remember after he did that interview, Garagos about lost his shit on that episode?
Yeah, he did.
He was like, no, what lawyer let him do this interview?
Incriminated himself.
You just fucking lied.
Yeah.
Like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. He was totally right. Vindicated. You know? Like, everybody knew you pulled the trigger, you idiot.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
And the problem is I don't even blame you for pulling the trigger because it was supposed to be a non-loaded gun, but why'd you even say it, right? Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's such a bizarre story, to be totally honest.
Cover-up is always worse than the crime.
I think this ruined his career, right? Maybe.
Yeah, dude. This is what made me believe in God.
Wow.
Divine intervention, and I believe Trump is Jesus.
Wow.
You fucked with Jesus.
Wow.
You got the lightning
That's
bolt.
right.
You know what
played
I mean?
him. He played you.
It was actually Eric who put the bullet in the gun.
Wow, the idiots. They never suspect the idiots. Yeah.
Dude, he put a hat on sideways. Everybody just thought he was the special help, you know?
This is funny. I think this is all actually just an accident, a tragic accident, and I think
that's what it is. It's a terrible accident.
That what happened really is these are people who don't know how to play with guns, and they're playing with guns, and they mock people who take guns seriously. People on the right, they mock them. They mock people who respect the Second Amendment and who respect gun laws and restrictions and how to use guns appropriately and safely and responsibly. And then this is what happens, man. It's not a joke.
Not only that, you had a lot of young people. There's a lot of young, inexperienced people on a Hollywood set.
My point is, Alec Baldwin, if you knew how to responsibly use a weapon, you would have never discharged it.
Nah, see, I don't blame him.
There's no way, dude. I'm telling you, I've talked to a lot of people about this.
But when you're on a set,
it doesn't matter. No, I'm telling you. I
don't know. Because when you're on a set, dude,
they were using an actual weapon that could.
Yeah.
This is a weird situation. I'm telling you.
It's a tough one.
But
it's tough.
My point is, there was no responsibility involved.
Because, you're not supposed to ever point a gun at somebody, right? But,
yeah, that's. I know. And you're shooting a movie. I know.
But you're shooting a movie. Yeah. You need the camera angles
for sure.
You know
yeah,
so it's 100%. Like a whole thing where it's like you don't,
But
and then
you use a prop,
blame.
right? I don't know.
And I get it. You're supposed to always check the gun.
Shouldn't you use a prop? I don't know.
You think it's weird. A fake prop? You're on a set. I mean, I don't know. Because at the same time, okay, I understand.
That's why I believe.
I understand.
He was set up. My belief is he was set up, man.
No, I understand you should respect the gun and everything, like you're saying, right? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, what if somebody hands you a fake gun? I
agree, and you're just playing around with it, right?
And who are you to are you who are you to determine
totally.
whether this is a real gun? You know, Alec Baldwin is just a dumb actor.
Well, this sounds like a setup. Maybe they had to set up Alec Baldwin.
I think that's what it was, man.
You know, and so they planted
Maybe
the bullet in
raided
there.
That's why they raided Mar-a-Lago, dude.
Wow. Oh, this all goes back to January 6th. I
They're gonna
knew
find
it, dude.
They're gonna find the casing from that bullet in the safe. That's what was in the safe.
Oh, next to the P-tape. I knew it, man. I fucking knew it, dude.
That was just next to a picture of Alec Baldwin playing Trump.
Oh.
In Sharpie, it just said, "Play me?" Question mark. You play me, I play you. You know what I'm saying?